Hey guys, a very good morning. Fabio here. Hope you're all doing very well. So after a pretty slow week last week, I am ready, or more than ready, to smash out some amazing charts this week, some amazing trades. Been waiting for some opportunities, and I think that some opportunities are currently arising. So without further ado, let's dive in towards the market and see what is going on. So of course, to start with the daily time frame on the dollar index. And currently what I'm looking at are two levels or two zones, which of course is this area of demand, which we have from 92.611 to 92.471, and this second area of daily demand from 92.351 and 92.115. So this is your demand. Our supply is up above over here, from 93.458 up to 93.729. So these are our two key levels, essentially where I expect the market to move in between before seeing a breakout either up or down. So at the moment, the dollar index is still looking bullish, of course. We of course have this third trendline touch situated over here, which we are currently reacting to. Even though I'm not a big fan of using trendlines in my analysis, you could use it in this particular situation. But where it really gets interesting at the moment is the way that we are moving on the 4-hour time frame, because as we can see on the 4-hour time frame, and this is exactly the reason why I didn't want to go long on the dollar index last week, guys, is mainly due to the fact that, as we can see, we never touched this area. Remember this imbalance that I marked out last week? So we missed that area over here, or I think, let me just quickly draw in a line for you guys. I think it was at the beginning of no, indeed. We never touched that area, so that's why I was never really interested in looking for those longs, only until we would have hit 92.773. So that was a minor area, but our most important area, which was also a daily level, was of course that 92.611 level. And as you can see, guys, after hitting that level to absolute perfection, we are currently starting to see a star pattern form. And this could initiate a further push up in towards the highs. So what I'm looking at for the dollar index is at least a push back up in towards 92.953, from where I will then evaluate or reevaluate the situation. Because essentially on the 4-hour time frame, we are forming this descending wedge, which is a bullish sign, and we are situated in this area of daily demand on the daily, of course. But looking at the overall structure, so let's say the weekly did see a fake out on this major swing high over here. So I'm not fully convinced that the dollar is able to move further bullish back up in towards the highs. Furthermore, the dollar fundamentally is also not that strong at the moment. So that's why I'm mainly just going to be waiting to see how the dollar reacts to this level at 92.953. And from there onwards, I will start to reevaluate the situation. So yeah, that is that for today, guys. Expecting a further push up, nothing else really on the boards for me. So without further ado, let's head over to Aussie dollar. And Aussie dollar, guys, so as you guys know, there is an area of supply situated up above over here, which we haven't touched as of yet. So Aussie dollar is of course still in a bearish trend in towards lows. However, if we look at the lower time frame, so let's say the monthly and the weekly, we can see that the monthly reacted beautifully to monthly demand, and that the weekly also beautifully reacted to this area of weekly demand. So a lot of demand, which caused the price of Aussie dollar to start pushing back up in towards the highs. But what we're now currently seeing is one more push, or what we need is one more push up higher, to, let's say, this weekly area of interest, of liquidity, situated at 0.73438, which is on the daily, of course, also an area of supply. So the supply is 0.73374, which I am still waiting for it to get hit. Preferably, I want to see it get broken so that we create new demand down below over here, as we are, of course, coming from that weekly and that monthly area of demand. So for me, it's a make or break level, this area over here, which I want to see broken essentially, or of course rejection from, to be able to take a trade. What we might see is an intraday trade. So what I am looking for are potential longs. So I am looking for a potential long from 0.72534 back up in towards the highs, which is probably also a 786 Fibonacci level. And if we do see that dump further in towards 0.72534, we could potentially start forming a nice ascending channel. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for essentially on Aussie dollar for now, 72534. So with that said, let's head over to euro dollar. And euro dollar. So euro dollar has also been reacting to some areas of monthly and weekly demand. So on the monthly, we have demand over here, which we've been tapping into now for the second time. Looking at the weekly is still bullish essentially, because what the weekly is that we have this uptrend. So we have correction, impulse, and this is just one big massive correction. So until we don't take out this low over here, we are still bullish on the weekly time frame on euro dollar. So looking at the daily time frame on euro dollar, we can now see, and let me just delete the weekly and the monthly zone, is that we are currently situated in this daily imbalance over here. So this daily imbalance is where the liquidity is situated, and yeah, is what is causing price essentially to start moving up. What I really like is that we took out this swing low and are now starting to move up higher. So for the time being, euro dollar is looking pretty bullish. I want to see this trend line get broken, or essentially this trend line has of course been broken, but what I meant to say is that I want to see this high get broken. So we're currently faking out on this swing high over here, as you guys can see. What I need to see essentially is a break of that swing high. So a real strong break above to then start looking for some new trades, because at the moment euro dollar is just a little bit too choppy to be trading. What we need to see really is to get this high broken to then start looking for some other trades. So yeah, that is euro dollar. Just gonna be waiting for this high to get broken, otherwise I will be looking for some other opportunities. So yeah, with that said, let's head over to pound dollar. And pound dollar. So pound dollar is currently coming from this area of daily demand, which I mentioned in the previous weeks, of course, or the previous week. And as we can see, we've been moving bullish ever since. So pound dollar is looking pretty bullish. Daily structure is bullish. Going in towards the 4-hour time frame, we can now see that the 4-hour is reacting or is situated in this area of supply. So this supply was good for a strong rejection over here. And now at the moment we can see the market is just waiting for its next move. So essentially all over the board, looking at a daily perspective, would be more logical for pound dollar to start moving up higher. So where can we then take those trades? Well, looking at a 1-hour perspective, let's just see a further pullback today, back down in towards lows, form a nice corrective pattern to then start looking for some potential longs, as we will then potentially, if we see a move up higher, form some kind of pattern in the sense of an ascending channel or an ascending wedge, which will then help us take a further trade in the future. So yeah, just waiting for a further pullback to then start looking for some potential longs. So that's that. With that said, let's head over to our last pair, which is Kiwi dollar. And Kiwi dollar, guys. So Kiwi dollar currently situated in an area of weekly supply, and also situated in daily supply. So as you guys can see, this is our daily supply. Let me just delete the weekly supply for you guys. So this is daily supply, and we have just missed daily supply. However, we haven't missed 4-hour supply, because this is your 4-hour area of supply, and we are currently reacting to that 4-hour area of supply from 0.70133. So at the moment we are seeing a push back down lower, and yeah, Kiwi dollar still has a lot of potential to start pushing down lower, because the area of weekly demand which we would be aiming for is this area down below over here. Only problem is this weekly candle, pretty strong weekly candle. However, it is not an engulfing, but still pretty strong weekly candle. But at the moment, Kiwi dollar is looking good for some further downside. So let's see, guys, we might have to wait for a structure break over here. So let's see what Kiwi dollar does. Once we break structure, then we can start looking for those shorts. Otherwise, what I see happening is a reaction from this level over here, 0.69549, potential one more long back up in towards the highs, in towards daily supply, which still hasn't gotten touched, to then hit daily supply, form some kind of, let's say, channel or wedge. I'll have to see what happens at the time, but yeah, we could form something like this, maybe some kind of ugly expanding pattern, but yeah, you guys know what I'm looking for. So potentially something like this. So yeah, that is that. Let's head over to our last pair, which is gold. And gold, guys, what I'm waiting for gold is still one more push up higher in towards 1834.195. So once we reach that level, I will be looking for shorts. We could still move up even higher in towards 1858, but what I want to see first is us take out this high, then I'll be looking for some good shorts. A little bit too bullish for me at the moment, that's why I'm just going to be staying out. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Have some key levels drawn on over here. So I'm just going to delete this one. This is my key level, 17.84.567. So if we hit that level, some potential longs back up in towards the highs, but furthermore, just going to be waiting for 18.34.195. So yeah, that is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure to ask them in the Discord chat, and I will be sharing some trades if I see good opportunities. So thanks, guys, for watching once again, and I wish you all an amazing day. Thanks, guys.